So when working in the lab, you must wear full PPE, and that must be a lab coat and latex gloves. Each lab practical will have a risk assessment and COSH paperwork, which includes the chemicals in use. All this paperwork is found online, and if you ever have any doubts, the lab practicals are supervised by members of lecturing staff, and you must ask questions if you ever have any doubts or any questions you may need answering. In this tutorial, we're going to look at a treatment called the iodine chamber treatment. This is really good for exhibits such as paper, so porous items. So first of all, before we put the item into our iodine chamber, we need to set up the chamber. And to do that, you have a glass kind of wall system with a movable lid. On the bed of the chamber, we have a little circular glass plate, and in there we have an iodine solid. So we just buy it in, and we put, there's no desired amount, but enough to cover the plate. You put the glass lid on and you leave it for probably about 10 minutes. And what I've done here, I've put a piece of white paper behind it, just to show you that the vapour, what it looks like. It's like a purple, pink kind of vapour. So once that vapour is generally kind of all around the chamber, we are ready then to add our item. So this is from the crime scene, it's just a piece of paper. And if anybody's touched this paper and got their fingerprints on there, this treatment helps to, the vapour lands on the paper, and any kind of protein dyes in the paper, it adheres to it and enhances it. So what you have to do, you got to do this very quickly, because as we remove the lid, vapour is coming out of the actual chamber. But you don't want your exhibit to touch the solid granules. So you have to kind of do it quick. Don't panic. And put the lid back on again. And straight away, as you can see here, the finger marks and the fingerprints have started to react with the proteins in the dye. And as you can see, it's developed instantly. And because we've got the chamber set up very good, the vapours landed on our fingerprints straight away and started to enhance them. The only things we could do on this one is danger that you overdo it, and there's no set time because it's loads of variables which are in play, but it's literally by the eye. So you keep looking until you're happy with the actual friction ridge detail. And looking at this at the moment, because of the vapour concentrations in that chamber, I'm happy to stop it at this point. So remove, get your item, keep the lid on because somebody else will maybe want to use it afterwards. And as you can see here, these marks have been developed very quickly, and this one here is particularly of interest because as you can see here, it's a full fingerprint, all the features are included, really nice friction ridge detail, and that's ready to be photographed with a scale, and that will be able to compare to a suspect or victim. Thank you for listening to the tutorials today. If you've got any questions about any technical detail or you'd like to speak to us, please contact the module leader, myself, Paul Langton, either on email or Teams, or just pop in, knock on the door and come and see me.